Hi, I am Bogdan from DNN Sharp. In this video today, I would like to present to you our latest product called SharpCDN, which brings the power of CDN inside your DNN instances. This means that your website will be much faster because the files are served from different servers, and also your server is not busy with serving static files. And this increases performances by up to 60%, and I will go through that number in just a bit. But before that, I want to explain a bit what a CDN is for people that do not know. So a CDN basically is a network of servers that are spread all around the world that connect to your main website and grab the static file like images, CSS files, JavaScript files, and so on. So they replicate these files, and when a visitor comes to your website, they download these files from the CDN, so from a server that is closest to the visitor geographical location. So the website is much faster this way because the files are served from a closer location on one hand, but on the other hand also your server, your web server, will be less busy serving these files. And this increases performances by up to 60%. And let me show you how we arrived at these numbers. So we ran two types of tests. So we ran tests using PinDom, which basically measures the performances of a web page, and we ran multiple requests on a clean DNN instance to see how they perform from different locations around the world. And then we ran load tests, so we simulated a lot of users coming to a website, like 250 users, for a duration of 2 minutes. And this was a constant load, like every user would do multiple requests to the website, like a continuous user behavior. And I've aggregated the data, the test results, in this spreadsheet. So basically we ran PinDom on a DNN instance, on a brand new DNN instance. We didn't put anything on it besides SharpCDN. And this is located in Germany. And this is important because you'll see how it varies when we connect from various points in the world. And our test method was simple. We just ran some warm-up tests for the server, and then we ran 10 tests from each of the 3 regions that I have listed here: US New York, US Dallas, and Australia. And then we eliminated some of very different values because sometimes maybe there's a network problem or the server was under different load. And then we made the average of those timings. And here's what we found. The first 3 columns are for the scenario when there was no CDN on the instance. So the CDN was deactivated. And we we recorded the best time, the worst time, and then the average of the 10 tests. And as you can see, this vary from location to location, depending on how well they are connected to Germany. What's relevant here is when, after we installed the CDN and we did the same measurement, you can see the different timings, like the best time, the worst time, and look at the average time. Yeah. And here we calculated the increase of performances using a formula. So basically you can see that it increases performances by 40 to 63% in our test. Of course, this would vary from time to time. Also, PinDom has some load that may affect this, and our server may have some load that affects it, and the CDN might have some load that affects these numbers. But they basically show how big the difference is by taking these files from your website and serving them from other locations. And finally, we did another bunch of tests with our CDN, which also supports minification. So with this, it minifies the JavaScript and the CSS files, so they take less disk space. So basically, that would mean also lower transfer rates. And you can see we also recorded like the page size. It was 436 kilobytes, and after minification, it was 336 kilobytes. So you can see a huge increase in page size. And also, when we activate in minification, because the files are smaller, they take less to transfer. And then you can see that we squeezed more performance here, maybe 2 to 3, 4, 5% by activating minification. So these are the numbers. It looks unbelievable, but this is what a CDN would do for you. And now let me show you some of the CDN features. I will jump right on our website. So these are the key features. We are powered by Amazon CloudFront, which makes us very stable, because Amazon CloudFront is the biggest provider for cloud services, the most popular and the most mature provider. And it increases server performances, like I showed you. We have a free tier, and I will jump to the pricing in just a bit, so you can see how everything ties up. And we have real-time CDN refresh. What does this mean? When one file changes on your server, like a CSS file or a JavaScript file, our Sharp CDN product immediately catches that and propagates the files to the CDN, so the user sees it immediately. So there is no delay from the time you change the file until the user sees the actual file. So there's no room for error here or for user getting unexpected behavior. Minification of CSS and JavaScript files, like I told you earlier. And there's also like a bunch of rules. You can exclude files from minification, because some JavaScript file would break if they are not correctly written, but you can easily exclude them. And we support HTTP, we support custom domains, we compress images, and we can fall back to the local files if the CDN is down, which would never happen, and also when your subscription quota is exceeded. And before going to the pricing, let me also show you a bit the administration console. So this would be the admin control for the CDN. You install this as a module inside your DNN instance, and then you just add it to a page. When you add it to the page, you'll get the activation screen where you have to put the activation screen looks something like this. You would have to put your license key, and then you can configure this bunch of stuff here. Every new module comes with a free subscription, which the free subscription includes 500 page views, and I'll go into that in a bit. And then you can configure minification, you can configure images, you can configure HTTPS, you can configure custom domains. So it's all in this configuration screen. One final thing about the feature: the CDN is enabled as a host level, so you cannot enable it for an individual portal, because these files are shared by all portals. So all the JavaScript files, the CSS files would be shared among portals. There's only a single file system for a DNN instance. At some point in the future, we might make it so it's per portal, but we don't do it now. And finally, I will get to the pricing. So basically, we have two pricing models. We have prepaid credits and we have subscriptions. Prepaid credit will be a bit more expensive, but they are an easy way to get extra views without having a subscription or without upgrading a subscription. How do we measure these credits? They are actually page views. So each subscription includes a number of page views. A page view means when the user enters a website and loads a page over on the site. If the user goes to a different web page, that's the second page view, and so on. And the free plan comes with 500 page views, which for small websites, that would be more than enough for very small websites. And then we have the Pro plan, which includes more page views, but also additional features. And we have a premium plan, and also for higher volume or custom domains, you can contact us and we can make special pricing for you. So the difference of the paid plans mostly include the worldwide replication, because this is charged more by Amazon CloudFront. We also put it in the more expensive plans. For the free and pro, it only replicates in EU and US servers, but know that there's still a lot of servers. So if you connect from Germany, that would be maybe 10 servers in Germany, and if you connect from Spain, that would be maybe 10 servers in Spain. So that's what the CloudFront does for us. And then we also have image optimization, so you can optimize images for mobile devices and also for desktop, and this also saves a lot of bandwidth, making website a lot faster. And this is done automatically, just a setting in the administration area screen that I just showed to you. And then we have HTTPS and custom domain and audit logging, and a bunch of other features are under development and will come out in the future. One final note about licensing: when your quota exceeded, your website still works, but all the files will be served from local server, just like it used to be before you install SharpCDN. So there will be no disruption in service, only your performances will be back to how they were before you installed SharpCDN. So this is it. If you have any question, get in touch with us and we'll help you set it up, try it out, and try it now. It's free.